Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Rips Report by Eastland County today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're joined at First Financial Bank here in Eastland with their branch president, Candi Kanady. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It means a lot to us, and I know you live a busy life, and taking some time means a lot to us. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for asking and for having me.
Of course. You mind telling a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're from and
Sure.
some of your background in banking and maybe beforehand and maybe something you like to do outside of work?
Sure. So I am born and raised from here in Eastland, graduated from Eastland High School. My parents went to Eastland High School. My grandparents went to Eastland High School. So we are Eastland Mavericks through and through.
Awesome.
Let's see, I have been working for First Financial Bank since 2001. I'm going to give my age a little bit here, but so 24 years. And I started as a part-time teller when I graduated high school. So I was 18 years old, and I have never left the bank. So I went to Tarleton State University and got my finance degree. I did have to transfer from the Eastland location to the Stephenville. It was Stephenville Bank and Trust at that time, but we were all still First Financial. And I worked there for about a year and a half, graduated from Tarleton, and got married my husband, Scotty, and was still driving back and forth. And I thought, what am I doing? And so called back here to the bank and talked to Steve Simmel when he was here, and came back, and I've been here ever since. So pretty much have worked in all areas of the bank. Teller, personal banker, lending assistant. Back when the bank, we had what we call bookkeeping. Mm-hmm. We had it in the back, and so we had a call center here. We answered calls. We took all the bookkeeping questions and all of that. And but I knew my goal and my dream was to be in the loan department.
Okay.
And so eventually, I think it was about 2005, 2006 timeframe, I moved up to be in the loan department as a lending assistant. And so here we are now. And 24 years later, and I'm here, and I do mostly real estate loans. So do a little bit when you're in a rural bank, you wear many hats, and but my primary job, besides being president and just trying to lead, is real estate and mortgage lending. Mm-hmm. My husband and I have one daughter. She's 11. Her name is Chelsea, and she's in Eastland Middle School. And so we love it here, and we're proud to be in Eastland. Let's see, you said, what else do I like to do? So I coach a lot of my daughter's things. We do softball, so we do travel softball, and she also does basketball and volleyball. And so I'm typically right there in the middle of all of it. So anyway, that's what we do on our free time.
Wow. Well, Thank you. Sounds very sweet, and it's I'm sure people here appreciate, having someone that's been through almost every, in their shoes, from the teller to a loan officer, so that must give them a lot of comfort in your leadership. And we'll talk about your leadership in just a moment. But first of all, why exactly, did you choose First Financial Bank all those years ago? What attracted you specifically, and even to this branch?
Sure. So my very first job was a daycare. I learned very quickly after about 2 weeks that was not going to be my job. So when I started here, I will tell you my ultimate goal was I was going to do physical therapy. That's what I thought when I went to Tarleton. And so when I started here, I actually became very interested and didn't realize, at 18 years old, what bankers do in all of the different departments. So when I started here, I was like, that I need to find out more. I need to figure out, maybe it's that I don't want to do just lending. Maybe I want to do investments. Got myself into some accounting courses at Tarleton, and then I was like, okay, accounting isn't it. I'm not going to do accounting. Okay. Started taking finance courses, which I had to have those accounting courses for the finance, so I didn't waste any time. Nice. And I loved it. And so I realized that that was where I wanted to be. And then the bank, so the company, First Financial, is a wonderful company. And they really give back to their employees. And basically, you stick with them, they're sticking with you, and they really invest in you. Lots of training opportunities. And so I just took advantage of just anything I could. And I loved it, and I loved being in the real estate part of it. And so things just kind of clicked from there, and this is where I wanted to be. So, and like I said, the company, they've got great retirement. They really do help you plan for your future.
Awesome. Yes, that's great to see a company that is willing to invest, back into their employees and give them a great quality of life and give them those training opportunities to be, have a story like yours. Yes. Of working your way up and be where you want to go if you show that commitment.
Yeah, definitely.
What values or lessons have shaped your leadership style?
Goodness. I've had a lot of values instilled in me over the years. I will say my grandfather was a huge just role model. And he really instilled, he's honestly one of the ones that instilled, take care of your future, give back to yourself. So he's always encouraging me, have a savings account. So when you get paid, put $10 in a savings account. That's how I was just raised to be responsible, and he was the very first one. And I wish that he was, still living today to where I could talk to him about just all the different things that life, can bring about and throw at you. But I think about him and what he would say a lot of times. So values there, I had a lot of good values instilled in me growing up, but I've also had some very good role models and good supervisors here. So I've had a lot of leaders that taught me how to lead. Just Trent Swearingen and David Bailey, just learning from them and, watching how they handle situations, how they handle just leading employees. Your employees look at you every day, how you handle certain situations. Are you happy to be at work today, or are you mad because it's Monday? Well, in my role, you don't get to be mad because it's Monday, because you've got all these other people that are, looking up to you and counting on you to lead them. Right. And so they both did a very good job of showing me the correct way to do that.
Awesome. We all have mentors and people that have shaped our lives, and definitely, both family and, professionally. So thank you for sharing that background with us. How do you and First Financial Bank as a whole like to give back to the local community?
So I'll start with the bank first. We're pretty involved in the community, and we love it. That's what we want to do. One, we do that because these are the people that give back to us. These are the people that bank with us. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. And so we want to do what we can to give back. And we love to cook. So we'll take our grill. We get asked a lot of times to take the grill and for fundraisers and things. Then we're absolutely love doing that. Fundraisers, galas, dinners, whatever it is, we want to be here. We want to sponsor it. We're big in the chamber. I'm on the chamber board. We try to be in any of the civic clubs. So we've got a couple of people here that are in Lions Club. again, whatever we can do. School. So we try to be involved in the schools in all four of our division is Eastland, Cisco, Ranger, Rising Star. And we try to be as involved as we can in all four of those towns. Because again, those are our customers. So we want to be there for them.
Yeah.
Personally, I definitely try to do what I can as well. I guess probably the most I can give back is with the kids. And I try to do that by Eastland Sports Organization. I volunteer and coach as much as I can. I just want to give back to the youth. Those people gave to me when I was growing up, and I want to do that for them and be there for those kiddos. And I just enjoy, trying to help them grow and, do what I can to make them better in whatever sport, but really just also being, just being there for them, just trying to be a mentor to those kids. So,
right. Well, that's great to, use your talents and give back to the community, and definitely helping the kids is, few things more honorable than that. So, we want to personally thank you also for being a Press Club member and being on the show today and helping some local journalism. That's just another thing you can add to the list. Yeah. So moving on to our next question. What unique challenges and opportunities would you say exist serving a small rural community?
So I feel like there's way more opportunity than challenges. With our small rural community, relationships. We build so many relationships on a daily basis. And I feel like that's what makes us First Financial Bank. So when you walk in, if we don't know your name, we're going to learn it and we're going to call you by name next time. Most of the time, one of our employees is going to know who you are. And then the next time you come in, they're going to know your son, daughter, dog, cat, whoever. We're going to ask about your family. And you don't get that in the big city. You're a number and you're a transaction. And that's the last thing that we want here. And so the opportunities, in my opinion, are endless, because when I see someone and I'm talking to them, I'm already thinking maybe they have a kid in high school. What can I do? How can I do to help prepare them for maybe they need a car loan, or they're eventually going to need a home loan someday. Right. Let's get them ready for that. I don't want to just bank them. I want to bank their family. And I just feel like that's the opportunity in a small town. As far as challenges go, we really don't have a lot of challenges here as far as, that I can think of, because we know you, we know everyone, and we're going to try to do whatever we can to help you. And so I just think that the biggest key is small rural community, small town banking, community banking, gives us a lot of opportunities here. So
yes, well, yeah, the better you get to actually know your customer, the better you see their financial situation, the better you can offer the right products for them, and we'll get into some of that maybe in a little bit. But that makes sense. And I'm glad to, hear that you're not seeing a lot of, challenges here.
No.
How has banking changed in your long experience in the field?
So much. I'm going to say probably the first part is technology. So as you know, we are so driven in technology now in everything. Not just in banking, probably. And this, I know kids at school use computers and iPads, and we didn't have that when I was in school. We didn't use that. We might have played Oregon Trail on the computer, but
yes.
It's all just very digital. And so to me, that's changed. People, I will say, with that small town question, we're still fortunate that a lot of people want to come in the bank or go through the drive-through. But the younger generation, they want access, on their phones. And so we've had to adapt. Banking has had to adapt to that. And that probably is one of the biggest changes. And then I will also say regulations. So we're banks are very heavily regulated. And since I've been here, there's probably been one regulation after another, all the way from making things as tough and tight as they possibly can be on home lending or whatever it is, to making it, stated income, stated asset lending, to where you don't have to prove anything. And then we're going to go back to, never mind, you do. So we've been through a lot of roller coasters. And you just have to take the change and adapt to it and learn and adjust, and then just work on getting your clientele used to those changes too. So I will say a lot of changes though.
So how do you balance those changes? You talked about how the younger generation wants things to be more digital, kind of less friction, for lack of a better word. Some they might view it that way, with still keeping that, family feel, that, community feel in the in-person experience.
Yeah, that's very hard to do. We try to, we try to have as much contact with them as we can through being a digital. We're always going to have the brick and mortar is what I call it. A lot of places don't even have that anymore. They have, kiosks that you just walk up to and do your transaction. But I will tell you, for that younger generation, that if they want a mortgage loan, they can apply for that mortgage loan on their phone. When it comes time to closing, though, they're going to meet me because I'm going to be at their closing. So we try to do as much interaction in some way as we can. Are we going to be able to touch all of them? No, probably not. But we're going to try to make that app as family friendly and as easy as we can. But I will also say, everybody's probably going to have trouble with something. Maybe it's they forgot their login, or maybe they can't get some transaction or transfer to work. When they call, they're not going to get an automated, they're going to get a voice, whether it be a voice in Abilene, then they can simply ask for one of us here, but they're getting a voice. And so I feel like that's the one way we're still trying to make that human interaction. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to see. And I know we're, in the AI world, but those can be, so far it's not perfect yet. I've definitely had to go back and correct a few things and do my own research on the line with some of these bots out there. So what are some of your services that you wish more people knew about and maybe took advantage of?
So the first thing that comes to mind is voice biometrics. So fraud is rampant. I mean, I think everybody knows that. In the bank, we're trying to do as much as we can to educate our customers about it. Voice biometrics is a service that we offer. When you call into our customer service line, we test your voice, we record your voice so that somebody else, so if you called in and you posed as me or someone else, it's going to automatically know, no, that's not correct.
Okay.
And so it's very easy to do, and all you have to do is ask to record your voice on voice biometrics.
Okay.
And it takes that long. And we're trying to get the word out that we're offering that. But, it's unbelievable how many people will call the customer service line and pose as someone else. And maybe that person by mistake gave out their social, gave out their, and they know that information, but because we've got your voice, then we know that that's not who it is. And we can go ahead and restrict the accounts and do all the things that we need to do.
Okay.
So voice biometrics is very, very popular. And then for businesses, positive pay. So positive pay is another fraud, I guess. What's the word for it? Detection. Yes, that's probably the best word. So for a business, maybe the checks that they're writing or the ACH items that they're going to be sending out that day, they upload those items, the information to their online banking system in positive pay. If a check gets intercepted and somebody tries to what we call wash it and they cash it for a different amount or try to, alter the check, it gets flagged immediately that no, that check number for that amount, that is not correct. And it won't let the system will not let you move forward without us contacting the business. So that's huge as well as positive pay.
Nice.
So those are just kind of the fraud things. And then of course, just, a lot of people don't realize the mortgage products that we offer, and we offer the same things that the big banks offer. So FHA, VA, conventional, we've got the first time home buyers. We have everything that they do, we can do.
Okay.
And so I think sometimes people think that we just do our in-house loans that stay here and get serviced here, but no, we do it all. So anything they can do, we can do, and we're going to provide you better customer service when we do it too. So.
Good little brag there.
Yeah.
Love to see the confidence. I know you just spoke about a lot of these services that y'all provide. My next question was, are there any other tools or investments that y'all are making to better serve customers, maybe upcoming things that y'all are working on?
So we are constantly working on ways to prevent fraud. That's the hot topic in all banks. So we are constantly looking for ways to do that. The voice biometrics, that's probably one of the newest that we've invested in. You mentioned AI. So we are, that's something that is coming. We are doing a lot of trainings on what AI can do to help us prevent fraud. But just help our customers in general. So, nothing is rolled out yet, but we are trying to learn as much as possible, and we try to stay ahead of the curve. These things can, probably help all of us, but we want to make sure that it's done the right way.
Right.
Technology, we're just constantly, not long ago, we got a new website. So we're constantly updating those things. We call it P2P, person-to-person payments, to where if I want to send you a payment, I can do it through First Financial. I don't have to go to Venmo to do it.
Okay.
There's all the things that are just out there on the marketplace. We're trying to make sure we're there. Recently, we've done on your mobile app, you can check your credit scores. You can do your own analysis. It's not a hard pull on your credit. It's a soft pull, so it doesn't hurt you. You can do it 10 times. It's not going to hurt you. So it's called Savvy Money, and we've invested in that, and that's part of the mobile app as well. Okay. So just little things here and there. We're trying to do better.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to, when you can safely, if you're driving or something, don't do it, but pull out your phone and download the First Financial Bank app. Could you tell us a little bit, a little bit more of a macro level here? How would you explain the current and future economic outlook for Eastland and Eastland County as a whole?
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of opportunities for economic growth. And I say that because we are experiencing a lot of people moving to the area, wanting to purchase land. even homes, but I would say, the first goal is probably land. And it's the people that they live in Dallas, they live in Houston, it's those big cities, and they want to move out here to a smaller rural, place for retirement. And we see that a lot. We see a lot of people moving out this direction for retirement. I mean, I feel like that's growth for us. And people are, investing in the land around us. And I think, economically, obviously that's helped us a lot. Being on the interstate, I also think is really big for Eastland. We get a lot of our tax dollars with, the hotels and the restaurants. And so I think that's big for us.
Yes.
I hope to see a little bit more growth out there on the interstate. I feel like it's only going to draw more people here. I think that I'm not going to predict interest rates. We have all seen. I have probably been asked numerous times. Do I think that the Fed is going to lower the rates? Yes, I think we're all hearing that. Maybe another time, maybe 2 times before the end of the year. Is that going to spur some more things? Yes, obviously as interest rates come down a little bit, that's going to spur our economy as well. But I just think we're in such a good location. I want to think that Eastland's kind of in the heart of everything. We have a lot of opportunity, but I think a lot of it comes from just people investing in the land and the real estate around us. So
yes, yeah, I think it's only getting more popular. Yeah, especially for that demographic, like you said. And, if we get some more things, coming in, maybe, if we got another hotel, maybe, or if we got, I would love to see a Chick-fil-A come out here. No offense to Chickeny. I love Chickeny, but, if we got something like that, would be another boon, something along those lines. Now, are y'all running any promotions for the rest of December, maybe even into January? What do you think is going on there?
I will say we have I talked about land, and we've got a special with our land loans right now.
Okay.
We call it our rural land loans. And the special, there's a lot of different options. You can go as little as 10% down, which on a land loan, typically it's 20% down, but we are offering 10, 15, and 20% down. We're offering up to 20-year fixed rates. We're offering longer than that on amortization as well. So again, there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of different rate options to choose from.
Okay.
But that's been we'll be running that through the end of the year. And that's been a good one for us. And so if you're looking for land, take advantage of that one, because that'll be going. And then our HELOCs, so that's a home equity line of credit. Those are also on special through the end of the year. There's a nice little introductory rate to get into it for 12 months. And then depending on where the market is what the rate will do. But lots of people, vacations or Christmas vacations, those things, or home improvements, those are great for those. So
awesome. Well, thank you for letting everybody know about those wonderful opportunities. Is there anything else you would like to mention before we get into our RIP related question?
No, I would just say, thank you to our customers. Again, our First Financial customers are what makes us, and we wouldn't be here, and just giving back, doing things like this, just to be able to thank you and to promote that. That's key. So, all right, let's hear those RIP questions.
If this is your first time joining us on RIP's Report, we always have a few questions inspired by Old Rip, the legendary horn toad, just about a block away from us here at First Financial Bank. Who or what would you like to rip a new one?
I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to say I would love to rip into a bag of Chex Mix. That's my favorite. Can't be the sweet one. It has to be the salty. Anything salty. but Chex Mix, if that's the key to my heart. So my employees know that. And at Christmas time, I tend to get a lot of Chex Mix. So carbs all the way, but ripping into a bag of Chex Mix.
All right, now you'll know. And if next time you stop in the First Financial Bank, you can probably leave some at her door. She's not here, but what a welcome gift there. Our second question: what was the biggest ripoff or scam that you've maybe ever fell victim to?
Okay.
Talked a lot about fraud today.
Yes. Yes, I'm constantly on the lookout for fraud because it happens and I see all kinds of scenarios, but I almost fell for one myself, and I lost $50, I'm going to admit, but it was a Facebook, on a buy, sell, and trade. I was looking for some more patio furniture, and this looked like a great set, and it was exactly what I was looking for, and they claimed to be nearby, and so I did, a little bit of back and forth and put my $50 deposit down, and then something in me was like, I just don't know. There's something about this. So then I started doing some due diligence, and I couldn't find the person, and I just stopped doing what I was doing. And thankfully, a couple of days later, some other people were saying turns out this was a scam.
Yep.
Thankful that I lost $50 and not, I think it was like $500 or $600 for the patio furniture. So thankful. Next time I'll just go to the store and buy some patio furniture. So watch out for those Facebook buy, sell, and trades.
Yes, those are pretty rampant out there. We love Facebook. We're on Facebook right now, but there definitely needs to be some cleaning up on some of that. Something's got to change. I don't know if AI will be a part of the problem or the solution on that front. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely safe bet in store.
Yes.
Brick and mortar. Stay safe. Leslie, how can people find or get a hold of you here at First Financial?
So give me a call here at the office, 629-6147. Or I'm pretty much, you'll see me just about anywhere, especially at a game, a football game, a softball, basketball, volleyball, whatever the case. If I'm not there, I'm here at the bank, very rarely home. So, just give me a call.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, President Kanady, for being with us on the show today and spending some time and learning about your experience and all the wonderful community involvement that First Financial Bank and yourself are involved in Eastland. And thank you again for supporting local journalism. It means a lot to us. And those of you at home, if you've enjoyed this interview, please like, share, subscribe. Helps us out tremendously. And feel free to use the description below and check us out on YouTube. We have a back catalog of all of our RIPS reports on there, so you can go and take a look at those. And we want to thank RAM Incorporated, celebrating 35 years of wonderful parts manufacturing in Cisco, Texas. And this has been your host, Levi Freeman, with Eastland County Today's RIPS Report. Until next time, stay ripped.